Welcome back, everyone! Today, we're stepping into the thrilling world of Jurassic Park III, a movie that pushed the boundaries of animatronics, practical sets, and CGI to bring dinosaurs back to terrifying life. While the film is packed with jaw-dropping sequences, what makes it truly special is the way the filmmakers blended old-school craftsmanship with cutting-edge visual effects. So let's dive behind the scenes and uncover how some of the most unforgettable moments were created. Let's begin with one of the most thrilling sequences in Jurassic Park III, the terrifying plane crash and the survivors' first encounter with the Spinosaurus. The scene is remembered as one of the film's most intense moments, and bringing it to life required a perfect balance of practical effects, animatronics, miniatures, and CGI. For the crash sequence, the filmmakers constructed a large section of the plane fuselage as a practical set. The interior was designed so the actors could be strapped inside while the chaos unfolded around them. What made it even more convincing were the breakaway panels built to shatter and collapse on cue. So when the Spinosaurus slammed its massive jaws into the fuselage, it looked as though the dinosaur was actually tearing its way inside without ever endangering the cast. The creature itself was a triumph of animatronic design. Stan Wilson Studio, the legendary effects team behind the dinosaurs of Jurassic Park, built life-size components of the Spinosaurus, including its enormous head, snapping jaws, and powerful claws. These were operated by a complex system of hydraulics, giving the animatronic real weight and force. A dedicated team of puppeteers controlled every movement, from the tilt of its head to the crushing bite of its teeth. When this animatronic launched toward the plane, the actors' reactions of panic and fear felt completely genuine because they were facing a machine that was huge, loud, and incredibly powerful. But the crash itself, with the plane spinning out of control and smashing into the jungle, couldn't be achieved with a full-sized set. For that, Industrial Light and Magic built highly detailed miniature models of the aircraft. Using water rigs and high-speed cameras, they filmed the model crash, capturing the debris and motion in slow motion, which made the destruction feel real. Later, ILM artists composited these shots with CGI dinosaurs, creating a seamless illusion of a Spinosaurus ripping the plane apart. One surprising fact of the shoot is that the Spinosaurus animatronic turned out to be so strong that in one take, it struck the plane set with far more force than expected. The crew described it as like being hit with a jackhammer. That raw power was dangerous behind the scenes, but on screen, it translated into one of the most terrifying dinosaur attacks in the entire franchise. By blending animatronics, miniatures, and digital effects, the filmmakers delivered a sequence so immersive that audiences felt like they were trapped inside that plane, face to face with a prehistoric predator breaking through the walls. Another spine-chilling sequence comes when the Raptors, furious over their stolen eggs, corner Alan Grant's team. The most shocking moment happens when mercenary Udesky is trapped and attacked. To create this, the filmmakers used a deadly combination of practical and digital effects. On set, the actor performed with an animatronic raptor climbing onto his back. To add realism, a hidden performer pressed a dummy raptor foot against him, giving the sense of real weight and claws digging in. Later, ILM overlaid a CGI raptor to sync perfectly with the physical interaction, capturing the aggression, pressure, and Udesky's struggle in stunning detail. And here's the trick. Udesky's actual death wasn't shown in graphic detail. Instead, rapid camera cuts and clever angles heightened the tension while keeping the violence off screen. It's a classic example of how Jurassic Park III balanced intensity with suspense, all while blending animatronics and CGI so seamlessly that audiences never questioned what they were seeing. As Dr. Grant, Billy, and the team wander deeper into Isla Sorna, they stumble upon what looks like an abandoned rusting structure. At first, It seems harmless, just an old aviary long forgotten. But within moments, the illusion of safety is shattered. Towering pteranodons emerge from the mist, circling above like predators waiting to strike. Suddenly, one swoops down and seizes young Eric in its claws, carrying him high into the air and dropping him into a nest full of hungry chicks. Surrounded, Eric struggles as the baby pteranodons close in, pecking at him with their sharp beaks. Bringing this terrifying sequence to life required a careful blend of practical sets, animatronics, and cutting-edge CGI. On the Universal Studios soundstage, the filmmakers constructed a massive aviary environment. This allowed the actors to perform within a tangible space, giving the scene its sense of scale and realism. For the shots where Eric is carried off by a pteranodon, the young actor was placed in a specially designed harness rig against a blue screen. The harness allowed him to be lifted and swung through the air, safely simulating flight. Later, ILM CGI artists digitally replaced the rig with a fully animated pteranodon, its wings flapping and claws gripping tightly. This combination made the illusion seamless, and the boy looked as if he was really dangling from the clutches of a prehistoric predator. For the close-up moments in the nest, where the chicks swarm around Eric, the crew used small-scale animatronic maquettes and partial puppets. These puppets were operated by technicians just off camera, giving lifelike movement to the creatures, sharp pecks, tilting heads, and twitching wings. In behind-the-scenes footage, you can even see puppeteers crouching below, manipulating the baby dinosaurs to make Eric's struggle look frighteningly real while keeping the child actor completely safe. In the same aviary sequence, we get a striking shot where Dr. Alan Grant kicks away a swooping pteranodon. To bring this moment to life, the filmmakers relied entirely on CGI. Sam Neill's kicking action was filmed separately on set, with him aiming at empty space. Later, ILM artists animated the pteranodon, syncing its body language and expressions with Alan's movements. Every detail, from the flapping wings to the creature's reactions to Alan's force, was digitally crafted. The seamless blending of live action and CGI makes the kick feel brutally real, despite the fact that no physical prop was ever present on set. One of Jurassic Park III's most suspenseful sequences unfolds when Alan and the remaining survivors attempt to escape down the river by boat, only to be ambushed by another dinosaur lurking in the water. For this terrifying moment, the crew turned once again to animatronics. A massive water dinosaur head was built with hydraulics and placed on a rig that allowed it to emerge from below the waterline. Puppeteers controlled the snapping jaws, his head, and violent splashes, while safety rigs kept the actors out of danger. On-set footage shows how powerful the animatronic was, often rocking the boat harder than expected, giving the actors' sphere a raw intensity. Later, CGI was layered in to enhance water effects and scale, making the river attack one of the movie's most memorable creature encounters. Perhaps the most fascinating part of Jurassic Park III's production was the creation of its dinosaurs. The process began with clay maquettes of Spinosaurus, Velociraptors, and Pteranodons. These miniature models helped the design team refine every muscle and feature, while also serving as digital references once scanned into ILM's system. The Spinosaurus became the crown jewel of animatronics. A full-scale 40-foot puppet was constructed, so massive that the studio had to partially dismantle a wall just to get it onto set. Controlled by hydraulics, this beast could blink, snap its jaws, and even mimic muscle flexing, giving it an intimidating presence no CGI could replicate on its own. As I mentioned earlier, Jurassic Park III used both animatronics and CGI, but certain sequences demanded a purely digital approach. Whenever practical models couldn't achieve the scale, speed, or complexity needed, ILM's CGI dinosaurs stepped right in. A perfect example is the stampede scene featuring Corythosaurus and Parasaurolophus. animatronics would never have been able to capture the fluid, chaotic motion of dozens of dinosaurs running together. CGI made it possible to fill the jungle with a lifelike herd reacting dynamically to the environment. Another key moment was the Velociraptor egg return. Close shots with the raptor puppets allowed actors to physically hold and interact with them. But when the raptors moved in packs, communicated, or displayed complex expressions, CGI versions were used to bring out their intelligence and subtle facial animations. The filmmakers were very aware of when to use animatronics and when to switch to CGI. Animatronics gave the actors something real to fear and touch, while CGI expanded the action beyond physical limits. Together, they created a balance, grounding the dinosaurs in reality while still unleashing them in ways that practical effects alone could never achieve. This seamless integration is what made Jurassic Park 3 so memorable. Every chase, every fight, every tense standoff felt real. In each case, CGI allowed the filmmakers to push the boundaries of realism, delivering movements and emotions too complex for practical rigs or puppets. And there you have it, the behind-the-scenes magic of Jurassic Park 3. From towering animatronics to cutting-edge CGI, the filmmakers blended old-school craftsmanship with modern technology to make dinosaurs feel more real than ever before. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the making of Jurassic Park 3, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more epic behind-the-scenes stories from your favorite movies. Because here, we don't just watch the movies, we uncover how the magic was made.